Hello and welcome to Behind the Rabbit Reviews. I'm Jason Godbey. Today we're taking a look at the highly praised DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Before we begin, I'd like to thank the good folks at JMR Rentals for lending us the camera and let you know that we are not sponsored by DJI. So this will be as fair and unbiased a review as I can manage. The Osmo Pocket 3 was released back in October of 2023, and it took the content creating world by storm. This was an action gimbal camera built with YouTubers, TikTokers, and influencers in mind. DJI seems to have set out to make the ultimate all-in-one, run-and-gun content creator cam, and they may have very well succeeded. It's been a year and a half since it's released, and there's still a ton of online buzz about it. So I wanted to get one for myself and see what the fuss was about, and see how much this camera has improved since the Osmo Pocket 2 was released back in 2020. As far as my own experience, I've been using DJI Osmo action cameras for a while now. It's been a standby on nearly every shoot that I've done for the past few years. I've also reviewed the previous Pocket version of the camera, and for this review, I had the camera for about a week. I shot some tests with it, took it on a trip to Coney Island to shoot with my friend Alya, who gave me her impressions on it as well. But let's take a look. Like its predecessor, the Osmo Pocket 3 is tiny. It's a pocket camera that can actually fit in your pocket. It's a bit thicker and chunkier than the Pocket 2, which is an upgrade in my opinion. The grip is more substantial, which makes it easier to hold. I use the extended battery grip and the miniature tripod that comes with the Creator Combo Kit, and I thought it handled beautifully. The biggest upgrade from the previous model is the screen, literally. I thought the worst aspect of the Pocket 2 was the tiny screen, and it's a huge improvement. The 2-inch screen can be used for either horizontal or vertical recording. It's much easier to see than the Pocket 2 screen, and the fact that you can use it to turn the camera on is tremendous. There were a couple of instances when I had trouble seeing the screen in the bright sunshine, but other than that, I have no complaints. Like most DJI cameras, the menu system in the Pocket 3 is pretty straightforward and easy to navigate. I've been using Osmo action cameras for a while now, and they're all pretty much the same. It may take a little while to memorize where all the settings are, but it won't take you long to figure out how to use this camera. It's extremely user-friendly, and that is a huge plus. It also interfaces with the DJI Mimo app, which will allow you to control the camera remotely. It works via Wi-Fi, and so far it's been very reliable. The Pocket 3 can shoot in a wide array of frame rates and resolutions, including 4K, 2.7K, and 1080p, at up to 240 frames per second in an MP4 codec. I found myself using the 2.7K, which allows you to crop into the image without losing resolution if you're editing in a 1080p timeline. So far, I've been very impressed with DJI's color science. The Pocket 3 has 3 color profiles: normal, HLG, and D-Log. Like the Pocket 2 and the Osmo action camera, I found the normal profile to be over sharp and too contrasty. HLG, or hybrid log gamma, is their HDR profile, the high dynamic range profile. This may be the right profile for you if you're not great at color correction, or if you just have to get content out quickly and you don't have a lot of time to color correct. My personal preference was to use D-Log, which has the most natural looking color and is really easy to correct. This camera has both manual and auto exposure. You can control the shutter speed and the ISO, but the aperture is fixed. If you want cinematic true motion blur, you'll need an ND filter. One does come with the camera, but unfortunately I didn't have one for my test. Nearly all the footage that you see here is auto exposed. I was amazed at how well the auto exposure worked on the fly. If you're a novice creator, you can just set this thing to auto and go. The camera has a built-in microphone, which works fine for reference sound. With the Creator Combo, you get the wireless DJI Mic 2, which will pair wirelessly with the camera. You can see the sound level on the screen, but there's no headphone jack to listen. So I would definitely recommend recording on the transmitter as well to give you a great backup just in case you lose connection. One of the more impressive features of the Pocket 3 is the autofocus and the ability to track objects and faces. Here's a brief test to show you the exposure, the tracking ability, and the audio. So this is face tracking mode, and you can see it's tracking with me very well. And I'm using the DJI mic here too, which you can see. I'm talking normal tone of voice. I'm not being very loud, but it seems to be picking me up just fine. I'm not sure what the quality is. There's no way to listen to anything. There's no headphone. But as I'm looking at the levels now, it's also very tempting. I'm looking at me now because I'm trying to see the levels and trying to see if it's tracking. This is what it looks like if I look at the lens. This is what it looks like if I look at my monitor. Now I can switch this over to, and I can do this while I'm recording, which is kind of cool, which is like this smart framing, which allows you to use the joystick to keep the subject in mind. And now, because I've put it over on this third, it'll keep me in this third, the subject in this third, and the rest it'll keep clean. If I move, it's going to compensate for it, which I think is great, because otherwise it's just keeping you like dead center of the frame. So I think this is a little bit more interesting. And then if say you're doing something and you're doing a report or something, you have your graphics over here and things like that, and you can move it. What I think is also cool about this, I can move it to the center. So center framing, that's going to do that. Now this is not with face tracking, but it's going to keep me. This is going to auto track with me and keep me in the center. And then if I move it to say this third over here, it's going to keep me on this side of the frame, which I think is great. I mean, for it to do that, basically as a smart feature, and not, having to constantly tell it what to do. It's pretty incredible, and it's tracking with me very well and compensating by keeping that part of the frame open and me on just this side of the frame. It's also keeping me in the upper third as opposed to the middle third. But if I want to keep myself in the middle third, I can just switch that, and then the camera will compensate and keep me in that third. It'll do the same thing if I want to do the lower third, and now it's giving me a lot more headroom. So this is, if you're a big Mr. Robot fan, that's the framing you're going to get doing that. All right, so this is a tracking test, seeing how well this tracks me. It looks like it's doing a pretty good job. I'm not even facing it, and it's still moving along with me. Narrating while I do this. Is it keeping me in focus? Is it keeping me exposed well? This is a very difficult environment for it to expose in, but this is what I'm getting here.
According to the DJI website, the battery will last up to 166 minutes, but that can be extended using the extended battery grip in the Creator Combo. I didn't have any issues with the battery running out, but I'm still skeptical of any camera that just has a built-in battery. Once it runs out, your shoot is effectively over until you recharge. I thought about buying the Pocket 3 for red carpet events, but the lack of a headphone jack and not being able to change the battery on the fly makes me hesitant. I think it could work as a B camera or behind the scenes camera on film shoots, but I don't think I'd trust it as my only camera. I see it as a camera for content creators like YouTubers, vloggers, and TikTokers. I think it's ideal for travel videos and for any creator who's on the go. Being able to have this powerful tool in your pocket, ready to shoot in seconds, is amazing. And having spent a short time with it, I can definitely see what the hype is about. They say the best camera is the one you have with you, and the fact that you can take this thing anywhere, it's unobtrusive and probably won't get you kicked out of a location, combined with its ease of use, make it a great camera to have with you anywhere you go. One of the things I haven't seen in many of the reviews about the Pocket 3 is just how enjoyable and fun it is to use. I had a blast carrying this thing with me, pulling it out of my pocket and just shooting. The ease of use means you won't waste a lot of time futzing with your settings, and you're always ready to get the shot. It's no wonder why this little camera has made such a big impact. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
This is the BTRP Media Network.